Board of Governors of this school, other board members, our National President for the Centennial Old Students Association National, Reverend Peter Kanyo, colleague members of staff, our pupils, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a very good day to all of you. And I want to welcome you to this short but very important unveiling ceremony of our school band that has been donated to us by CSS UK. Now in this presentation, I'll give you a brief synopsis of how this donation came and what necessitated it. Of course, you all know that before we came into office as principals of this school, we already had this brass band donated to us by World Vision Sierra Leone. But by the time we took over, a number of things were amiss with the school band. We had no money in the account. The band had no uniform. Even some of those who played on the school band had left the school, and so we had nobody within the school to play the school band for us. And so we decided to restructure the school band, in the first place by having a bank account for the band, by changing the management of the school band, and again by training new recruits within the school system. And even today, as we gather here, we are not only unveiling the instruments that have been procured, we also want to present to you the new recruits of our school band, who are all within our school system today. Now, I remember in one of their training sessions, when they were training under this very flagpole, I took photographs and composed a narrative of the problem we had at hand, and I floated it in our CSS WhatsApp group for discussions. And that was the time when our colleagues in the UK decided to come to our rescue. They saw the photographs, they saw the video clip, they looked at the narrative, and they decided to come to our rescue. That was done last year in 2018. And as God would have it, this very 2019, we got a publication and a call that they are ready to send money for us to resuscitate our school band. They sent money for this purpose to the tune of 12,360,000 leones in cash. And so what we did was to send the chairman of the school band committee and the band captain to Freetown to collect the money and to start the procurement process. And because that process has been completed, that is why we are here today, to let the world, to let the school, to let the board of governors, to let the parents know exactly what we have received and what we have done. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I'll use this occasion to recognize again our colleagues in the UK, the United Kingdom, CSS UK. If you can recall some years back again when we took over, they provided £6,000 for the re-roofing and the rehabilitation of the biology lab. And that's why you have it in that shape. The biology lab, rooms 1 and 2 building, was rehabilitated with funds provided by CSS UK. And today again, they have done this. As I talk to you, we have 2 students pursuing degree programs at Jala University under their sponsorship, CSS UK. So I must commend them for coming to the aid of this school so that together all of us will march. Perhaps even though they are not here, but we'll be sending the video clip to them and the photographs. We want to assure them that the support they have given to us will be utilized judiciously. We'll fly the flag of Centennial Secondary School now that we know it is their wish and desire. And those of you who have been fortunate to be trained to become members of this school band, the choice is yours. You have not made any bad decision. We want to encourage you to show commitment to this school band. Fly the flag of Centennial so that together we all will march towards our goal. The thing I'll also bring to your attention, within this second term alone that we have restructured the school band committee, we can boast of having over 1.5 million leones in the school account, in the school band account. So that is to tell you that everything is on course. I am sure by the time you go out to play as a school band for the next time, you bring laurels to this school once again as it has been. And so I want to thank you for your attention and even for gracing this occasion. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Reverend Peter Kaiwo. Before I can say anything, I want us all to stand. We want to remember one of our brothers, our heroes who have fallen, Brother Chaluba. He was one of the founders of the CSS, a very strong member from the UK branch, very active. He will be laid to rest in Freetown next week. So we want to observe a moment of silence in prayer. In departed souls, rest in perfect peace, now and forevermore. Amen. Please sit. I am extremely excited to be here this day. Like the principals have said it, to us it is a very historic day that we can achieve some of our objectives towards the school. I have been provoked in many classes and situations and meetings by even the board chairman to reactivate our mind to say the old students need to wake up to do many things for Centennial. And I am saying, for me, I am not sleeping because I want to make sure, whether president or no president, I just want to make sure Centennial is alive and back on the map. Every branch we have today are all alive to the things and the needs of Centennial. We have a lot of active groups, very hard, assiduously, to make sure that every little thing we want to see happen in the school happens and on time. On the behalf of CSS National, as we congratulate the school, we also say thank you to the UK group. I say thank you to the UK group, and I'm saying thank you to those who are also getting ready to do more because of this act today. One of the things that we have been talking about, Mr. Senga also mentioned, I'm excited about it, is the sustainability of these instruments and the band itself. Because as the pupils will come to the school, they will leave the school. So if there's no strategy to make sure that more people come, younger people come, talented people come, dedicated people come, we will lose our faith and things will not work. But we thank God that I'm seeing very young people dressed beautifully and ready to take us to another level with our best band show. I am saying to the principals, please continue. The old students are coming. We are coming. This is nothing. We are coming. In fact, this very year, I'm sure we will come again and come before the year ends. Because we want to march. We want want to march towards our goal. I even want to shout higher so that Ruta can hear me, to let her know that I'm saying that the UK has said, and I'm saying to the school, we are coming and we should come. Because we want Centennial to be right up there. I know the CKC man is hearing me. But when we went to Bo, when we took the streets of Bo a few weeks ago, people were surprised to say, hey, na Centennial this. They have not seen nothing. They are going to see signs and they are going to see wonders. Last night, before that, I was talking to a school somewhere in Bo, and I told them, if you want your children to learn to be disciplined, morally disciplined, the best school in this country, even now, without a change, without a cracking of hell, to me, is Centennial Secondary School, that option of the South. So for my team, for every one of us, for the Bay branch, for Freetown branch, for McKinney, for Kenima, for Bond and Rutai and US and the UK branches to be excited, we don't only want to march on the streets of Bo with the band, but we want to march on the streets of Matthew and Bo and Freetown with our grades, with our units of grade A, and the best result that we sell the schools, and people will come, and more will come, and we will revive our soul and revive this nation. The opportunity for Bond District today is ours. The opportunity for us in Centennial is ours. The opportunity for a school, I want to join all the old students to say thank you, and we are here to unveil and dedicate this instrument. Thank you so much. You are blessed, and we'd like to see more of this coming. Thank you and thank you.
Thank you, the National President. You see, when people are talking to you, we need to clap for them. Yes. Are you not happy? And do something for you. Also, in this particular occasion, we want to invite somebody that is special, and that is the person that is in charge of the board, Mr. Asil Guba. Let's put our hands together for him.
Our national president, CSS, the two principals, staff members, members of the band, and students of Centennial Secondary School. On behalf of the Board of Governors of Centennial Secondary School, I wish to extend our thanks and appreciation to the CSS Group of UK for this wonderful gesture. And also, the praise goes to the principal for their efforts. I'm sure this wonderful innovation did not come by magic. It came about as a result of hard work and of persistent sojourning abroad so that we'll be able to have more help for this school. On behalf of the board, we want to implore other CSS groups like the US group, the Scandinavian group, the German group, to please continue the good shining example the UK branch has done to take Centennial to another level. We are very grateful as a board to be invited to such occasions, and we do hope the members of this school, the principals, the staff, they will continue to invite us to more unveiling so that Centennial will definitely reach its glory. On this note, I wish to say thanks to the principal and to redouble their efforts so that we'll be able to move this move forward. I thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. At this time, it's a rare occasion. Now we want to unveil the things one by one.
In again. Before this time, we had the old school band, which was donated to us by World Vision Sierra Leone. But the old instruments are more than 7 years old, and so a lot of problems with them before this time. If you see the band boys and girls using them, it is because they have been rehabilitated. And the rehabilitation was done with the same forms that we got from CSS UK. And then they will tell you, bring them who can see the nature of rehabilitation we did with the old instruments before we get to the new ones. This is the bass drum. We had 2 bass drums before, bring the other one before, but the vellums, this part of it that produces the sound, these parts were not in any good shape. And so from the support we got, we had to buy new vellums to make them useful once again. So these 2 bass drums are in very good form as it is now. We did the same thing with some of the side drums. Can you bring them forward? The side drums also had problems, the old ones, and we had to replace some of the vellums. I think that was what we did. Yes, the grips again, they were not in good working order. They were almost like abandoned. But today, we thank God they are in good working order because we had to change the grips, yeah? Now we'll come to the new ones, those ones that were bought. And I'll hand over the mic to the chairman of the band committee and his band captain, so that they will tell us what they bought. If for any reason also you can tell us what they are used for, we'll appreciate it.
Okay, we want to thank the principal very much. We want to start with the things we bought. The first thing is the staff. We are able to buy a new one.
Can you see the old one?
That is the old one, and this is a new one. Baritone. Remove it from inside.
This one is worth over 3 million. Let's them
You don't call to bro? Yes.
This one worth more than 3 million. The one you are seeing. More than 3 million. The trumpet. The trumpet. The side drum. More than 1 million, this one. The side. 600,000, this one. The tenor drum.
600.
Also 600,000. The cymbal. Then the uniform. This one you can see is a new one. Then like the vellons they have shown you from the old one, we repairs drumsticks.
Just show the drumsticks, the new ones we have.
Grips for repairs. I think those are the ones we are able to get. So we want to thank God today and thank UK CSS on behalf of the band committee and on behalf of the band. we want to officially present it to the board and to the teachers, principal, and invited guests. We want to ask Reverend Bando, Reverend Siati, Reverend Aruna to come and pray for the band. Then officially, we can use it now.
Ole we go thank you, tell him, thank you, tell him. Tell Papa God, thank you. We are big quickie and glory. We are glory. Thank you. Oh, we don't tell him, thank you. Tell him, thank you. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
Our God and our Father in heaven, we are here to thank you for all what you have done for the Centennial Secondary School. Father God, we thank you for the instruments, the uniforms, and even the pupils that have sacrificed, Father God, to take part of this wonderful program. Father God, we give you the honor, glory, and praise. Without you, we should not have done anything. But Father, we know it is your will that has been done in the school. We now commit every instrument into your care. Even the ones that are playing the band, we commit their lives unto your care. Father God, we plead the blood of Jesus over every instrument here and every person.
Now, we will ask the bandmaster to give us a vote of thanks.
Mr. Chairman, the other chairman of the SUSA National, my humble chairman of the brass band of Centennial Secondary School, all protocols observed, the student body and well-wishers, I greet you this morning. In my humble honor as the brass band master, I took over this appointment on the 17th of February. Up to date is about 2 months, a week. Actually, I can say that through my dreams, that's the reason why this kind of responsibility and purpose is taking place. There is an adage which says, what the eye does not see, the heart does not admire. What the eye does not desire, the heart does not grieve for. I want to thank God for this moment of time because we have seen another great day in the presentation of Centennial Secondary School brass band and brass band boys and girls. I want to also thank God for the right reverend who had to travel early this morning and all other personalities who have made it this appointment to be here so that we can present this instrument to this kind gathering. I would also like to thank my colleague teachers, to thank the members of the brass band board, as well as the entire student body. So the student body, the brown brass band boys and girls that you see here are your testimonials. They are your good examples. So I want to, at this time, encourage you to also join us, because very soon some are taking their worst exam and they have to leave us. We may not actually say they are not part of us, but we may not totally depend on them. So in this vein, I want to encourage you students, especially in the junior school, to be part of the practicing of the brass band instrument. Thank you everyone.
Thank you too. The school song, please. Let us stand up for the school song. Everybody stand up.